These are the greatest homebrew acid spells in D&D 5th edition, and they are spells that you guys came up with. A few months ago, I opened up a contest to see which one of you guys could make the best acid spells. The reason being is there are not many acid spells in D&D 5e, despite the fact there is a whole subclass that gives you the option to dedicate yourself to acid spells. That subclass is Dragon Sorcerer, and what stinks about being a Dragon Sorcerer who uses acid is there are only 6 sorcerer spells that deal acid damage. And of those 6, only 3 are true acid spells. So I wanted to add some more melty magic goodness to the game so those black Dragon Sorcerers can properly shine and not just constantly spam Tasha's Caustic Brew. So I made this contest so we could add some more acidic options to the game. It was so cool to see homebrew you guys made, but it does stink when you find a really cool unofficial spell you like and your DM won't allow it, and sometimes it's hard to find a group that allows your homebrew. Well, there's a way to find homebrew-friendly D&D groups and feed people in desperate need of food.
Today's sponsor is Start Playing! Start Playing is a website dedicated to helping you find games. They have DMs running games of Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinder, Daggerheart, and Lady Blackbird. I don't even know what that last one is! You can search for games that fit your schedule. Speaking from personal experience, people who pay money to play D&D show up more consistently to the game and are less likely to cancel. So you get to play D&D more and spend less time dealing with George's bullshit. You can search for games that fit your schedule, games that are play by post, and games that are new player friendly. This is a very inclusive space! And from now until October 5th, Start Playing is teaming up with D&D Shorts and the actual United f***ing Nations to help combat world hunger! If you join a Power Word meal game, 100% of profits go to feeding children and families affected by war and famine. You can tear world hunger a new all. It's like 15 or 20 bucks to join a game, and it costs less than $1 to feed a person. Do the math! You can play D&D and literally feed someone who isn't sure where their next meal is coming from. And if you click on the link in the description, you can get $10 off on your first game. You can sign up for a game, save money, and save lives. So what are you waiting for? Click on the link in the description to try out Start Playing and start actually f***ing playing. Thank you to Start Playing for sponsoring this video!
Since we already have true acid spells for cantrips, 1st level, and 4th level, these are the spell levels people submitted for. And you guys submitted a lot of spells. Over 400 spells were submitted, all sent to the email address I made for this contest, singlemelfsinyourarea@gmail.com. And yes, I am proud of that name. Hundreds of spells, all of them cool, but only 7 can be our winners. 7 people will be walking away with some rewards exclusive to my Patreon. I'm not D&D Shorts, I can't shell out 600 bucks. Also, there will be a wild card winner, a contestant chosen from all the spell levels submitted. Why? Reasons I will explain later. Anyway, let's start with our level 2 spell. Our winner for level 2 is Acidify Wounds, written by Feathery Falling. Acidify Wounds lets you shoot out acid in a 20-foot cone. Creatures in the cone need to make a dex save or take 2d8 acid damage, half on a successful save. Now 2d8 is low for a 2nd level spell. However, if the people in your splash zone have taken piercing or slashing damage in the past minute, that damage jumps up to 4d8. Fans of the channel know I love some team synergy. After your barbarian slices up that goblin, their open wounds leave an agonizing entryway into their bodies, leading to maximum pain. Don't have a barbarian with a slashing weapon on your team? Well, if you take Cloud of Daggers, you can summon a bunch of knives around that goblin, hit blend, slice them up, and then add some lemon juice to those cuts for extra suffering and zest. Or, if you don't want to spend another 2nd level spell slot, just cast Ice Knife. And our winner for level 3 is Seraph Slimy Spit, written by Victor Kagayano. Oh, hold on, let me fix something really quick. Fixed it. Okay, quick side tangent. Many spells submitted had proper names in them, names I and many others do not recognize or even care about. Slimy Spit is a great name, and that's what we are calling it. I am acknowledging Seraph. The author of the spell found a name on Fantasy Name Generator, and they won, so Seraph deserves his due. But after their acknowledgement, names that appear in spells get taken out behind the shed, alright? It just makes searching for these spells a lot easier. The only spell I'm okay with doing that is Melf's Acid Arrow, and I don't think I need to explain why. Anyway, this spell is very cool. Slimy Spit lets you shoot out 3 acidic loogies that each deal 2d6 plus 1 acid damage. When a creature gets hit, it leaves a pool of acid at their feet. If you hit the same target with multiple loogies, expand the radius of that pool by 5 feet for every successful hit. That pool of gross snot is considered difficult terrain. Creatures covered in this slime have their armor class reduced by 2. It's basically a debuffing Scorching Ray. Now with 100% more phlegm. This works great as an opener to help your martial friends get some hits in against your enemies, which would then synergize well with Acidify Wounds on your 2nd turn. I do love team synergy, so these 2 spells work really well with each other. Plus, I love the fact that this spell is just spitting magic loogies at people. On to the next level, we skip level 4 because we already have Vitriolic Sphere and move on to level 5. At level 5, we have Melting Veil from Dapper. This basically is what if the investiture spells could deal acid damage, be cast on your friends, and weren't bad. Melting Veil is a concentration spell that covers a person in a corrosive fog that follows them but does not hurt that person. The fog grants a resistance to acid damage and gives the target a 15-foot emanation. Anyone within the radius of the emanation, excluding the emanator, must make a Constitution saving throw or take 4d10 acid damage and has disadvantage on all ranged attacks until the end of their turn. On a successful save, half damage, and no negative effects. Now this is a really mean spell to slap onto a melee character. Put this on the monk, let them schmoove right up to people and start melting them like butter on a hot skillet. And when the enemy inevitably thinks, wow, my skin is much more liquid than it was a few seconds ago, I should get away from this guy, and they then step away, they will probably eat an attack of opportunity, move 30 feet away, and try and deal with this problem from range. But it's really hard to fire off an arrow when you left your fingertips in that puddle of you back by the danger fog. Did you want to shoot the sorcerer who cast this spell and break his concentration? Well, good luck with that disadvantage to shooting arrows as an angry cloud is trying to beat you up. And if you're worried about the monk not being able to properly tank, you can check out this video. Shameless plug, shameless plug. The disadvantage to their range attacks for their whole turn is so mean, I love it. And since the AoE is centered on your friend, you don't need to worry about using your action or bonus action to move it. Your friend has got the gas covered. If you're a sorcerer, you have your action and bonus action free, so you can cast a spell and then quick and cast a cantrip, all the while your friend is crop dusting your foes. At level 6, we have Swamp of the Black Dragon by friend to the channel, Demonac. He has a YouTube channel, please check him out. Okay, for this spell, imagine Spike Growth, but much more dangerous. You expel noxious thick fluids that cover the ground, burning the feet of anyone moving through it and makes them easier to hit. You shape the spell in 2 different ways. An 80-foot line that's 15 feet wide originating from you, or you hawk a mega loogie bomb at any point within the spell's range and make the area a 30-foot radius circle. The ground becomes difficult terrain. A creature walking through this area takes 3d6 acid damage for every 5 feet they move through this hellish swamp. On top of that, they have -2 to their AC while they are in that marsh. Even when they get out of that marsh, that AC debuff lingers until the end of their next turn. It's pretty hard to have good footwork for avoiding attacks when you don't have feet anymore. The spell ends after 1 minute, but if you cast this spell on softer ground, like dirt, the ground permanently stays as difficult terrain. The acid damage might be gone, but this area is now a muddy marsh forever. Now this spell is brutal. The area of this spell is huge, so unless a creature has a fly speed or can teleport, they will probably need to dash, using up their action, wasting their turn, and taking a bunch of damage to get out of this swampy mess. If the creature decides to stay in that bog, that's when you and your team pelt them with arrows, javelins, and cantrips to take full advantage of their lesser AC. And if you have a warlock player that has an Eldritch Blast that can push people back 10 feet, uh-oh, back into the bog you go! Or if you had a druid on your team, you could cast Insect Plague on top of that area, damaging creatures even more and simulating the environment of Florida, minus all the alligators and crazy people. Okay, never mind, they went full Florida on me. At level 7, we have Bloom Giant Corpse Flower from Crow's Perch. Crow also has a YouTube channel, by the way. Please check him out. This spell lets you create a giant carnivorous plant that draws people into it, like a giant Venus flytrap. The plant has a radius of 10 feet, but if the point you cast the spell on is on a corpse, the radius doubles to 20 feet. When you cast the spell, every enemy within 20 feet of the plant must make a wisdom saving throw or become charmed by you. Any charmed creatures within 20 feet of the plant must move to it on their turn and stand on top of it. If a creature takes damage or their turn ends, they can make a save to end the charm effect caused by the spell. But by then, it might be too late, because if you enter the area of the plant for the first time or start your turn there, you have to make a strength saving throw or get swallowed by the plant. If you are charmed, you automatically fail the save. While swallowed, which is never a great way to start a sentence, creatures are blinded, restrained, have total cover, and take 8d8 acid damage at the start of each of their turns, and when they first enter the plant's stomach? I don't know what you'd call that. The digestive area, you know what I mean. Creatures can use their action to make a strength saving throw to try and escape. An important note to the spell is when it says charmed creatures must walk toward the flower and automatically get swallowed, it doesn't only mean creatures charmed by this spell. It means any creatures that are charmed by any means. So if the wizard casts Charm Person on a Gorblin, that Gorblin is walking toward the plant the sorcerer summoned and getting swallowed. And the spell lasts an hour. You got time to scheme. You can cast it, leave, go charm some people, and lead them to their doom. This sounds like the machinations of an evil cult or Little Shop of Horrors. Oh man, the plant should be able to talk. That'd be great.
I'm starving!
Well, if you go a less diabolical route, you can cast this in the middle of a bunch of enemies and hopefully swallow a few. That will divide the amount of people you have to fight for a bit, so you can focus on those who resisted while those that didn't get turned into stew. For level 8, this is a spell a lot of people wanted to see. This was actually the most common type of spell submitted for the contest. 11% of submissions across all levels were Acid Rain spells, but only one could win. The winner for the 8th level Acid spell is Acid Rain by Trevin. Fun fact about Trevin, he's one of my patrons, and all the prizes for this contest are just Patreon rewards, so he doesn't get anything from this that he didn't already have, which feels bad. So I want him to get something out of this, so I'm gonna shout him out. Check him out on Twitch. Here's a clip.
Well, you're gonna have to deal without any of us.
So Acid Rain. You conjure a storm cloud full of acidic rain that falls from on high onto people, burning away at their flesh. The area is a huge 30-foot radius, 60-foot tall cylinder. Creatures in the area must make a dexterity saving throw or take 7d10 acid damage, half damage on a successful save. And what made Trevin's Acid Rain spell stand out from all the others was a short single sentence of text. On subsequent turns, you can use your bonus action to move the cloud 20 feet horizontally in any direction. And that one line elevates this spell so much. You can't just walk out of the area of the spell and be fine forever. The fact that you can move the Acid Rain as a bonus action keeps it a threat for the entire fight, or as long as you keep concentration. If the Gorblins think they can escape the deadly downpour, I got bad news, because it will follow you. The forecast calls for heavy showers with a chance of torment. To quote Trevin, sometimes you need a little scoot in a spell. And this is why I love this spell. Sometimes simple and clean is the way to go. It's straightforward, it's short, it's effective, it does its job, and it does it well. Before we get to our 9th level spell, I just want to thank everyone who participated in this contest. All the spells that were submitted showed so much creativity. They were all so imaginative, full of cool ideas and cool mechanics. Every spell I read, I could tell had passion behind it. It's nice to see that people enjoy homebrewing as much as I do. So to everyone who submitted a spell, again, thank you. And rounding us off at level 9, we have nobody. No one won for level 9 spells. Yeah, I'm not happy about it either. I got like 4 9th level spell submissions. None of them really made the cut, and that's kind of disappointing. But I said there would be 7 winners, so we're gonna have 7 winners. Remember when I said there would be a wild card winner? This is why! So for the sake of fun, I'm picking another winner across all spell levels submitted. It may not have been the best out of those categories, but it's still a good spell, and it was the funniest spell I received. And the winning submission is Gut Clencher by James Hardy. Now, there were many spells that let you vomit on your enemies, even fewer that made your enemies vomit, but I think this was the only spell that caused your enemies to vomit on each other. You choose a creature, and that creature has to make a Constitution saving throw. On a failure, their stomach acid churns and violently bubbles until they vomit. They take 4d6 acid damage as they loudly hurl the contents of their stomach and cannot speak until the start of their next turn. Additionally, the caster can choose one square within 5 feet of the vomiting creature. The creature then spews into that square. Anyone in that square takes half the acid damage the vomiteer received from the spell. It's a spell that gave me a sensible chuckle. It's also a great low-level way to silence a spellcaster for a turn while still dealing some damage. And there you have it, 7 acid spells that you can add to your game. I'm trying something new with this type of video, so let me know if you like it. I don't know if I'll do another video like this in the future, since it was a lot to read through over 400 spells, and presumably the next contest would have even more. I just don't want to do all the work to make one of these videos if it's not what people want to see, you know? So with that in mind, and I swear this isn't me trying to beg people for likes, I swear, if this video gets 5,000 likes, I'll open another spell contest. I'll probably do lightning spells or something. And if it gets 2,500 likes, I'll make a quick little video for a 9th level acid spell. So vote with your likes, you know? If you want another community contest, like the video. If you don't, please don't like the video. This way I know if people want to see videos like this in the future. Regardless, I'll keep making videos of something. Top 10 dumbest looking D&D monsters. Number 1, Crystal Dragon.
I'm disabled.
And how did it happen, if that's not a rude question?
Acid.
Shoutouts to the patrons: Beefmaster, Jesse Eaton, Nolan46, Panko6, Black-Blooded Beast, Captain Halcyonics, Comet Luna, Quebeco, Hayden Tistammer, Manifesting, Random Guy Variety, Sparkdrake, Absentiolucci, Alex Core, Anymoose, Sens, Christopher Cook, Dice Monkey, Terrius, Edboy, Fusro Dog, Iskander71, James Spear, King Storm, Mr. Nobody 13, Mullock, Name a Maori, Nepharath, NG5, Trevin Zarmas, Pat Hughes, Polymolly01, Poggers Extreme, Seductive Squidward, Seth Nyaw, Spartus Maximus 1, Wet Toaster, Zachy Lusander 3. Thank you guys so much. You are all the best.